Good morning. So I got a new book. It's called Lord, I Want to Know You by Kay Arthur. And I think I'm going to start doing this. I think I'm going to start getting on here every day and reading this. And I got another book coming. This book, I've already started it. I'm going to start from chapter 1 and read a little bit every day. This has really helped me get to know God. The names of God, who He is, what He represents, what He stands for. It's absolutely amazing. So I'll just read the back of it here. A faith-building study of God's attributes. Do you feel tired and worn by life? Are you plagued by doubts and fears? Do you feel you have nowhere to run, no place to hide? Do you desire to know God as a trusted friend? In Lord, I Want to Know You, Kay Arthur helps you discover for yourself that God longs for you to run to Him for help. He's waiting for you with arms wide open. Arms open wide. Through this study in 7 weeks, you'll learn what you can expect from God as you examine 17 of the names used to describe Him in the Bible. Your faith will deepen as you get to know Him as your Creator, Healer, Protector, Provider, and much, much more. I follow Kay Arthur. She's a wonderful woman. I'm not quite sure if she's passed on by now, but I just discovered her a few years ago, but then I really started watching her recently. So we're going to start in day 1. It's called The Names of the Lord. The muffled distant sound had broken the quiet reverie of his walk across the meadow. The sharp barking of a dog irritated him. It was abrasive in that tranquil setting. As the barking grew louder, his eyes scanned the meadow. Suddenly, a small doe broke through the edge of the woods. Now he understood. Leaning against the fence post, the man watched with compassion as the doe cut across the broad expanse of the meadow. She was running straight toward him. He stood motionless, not wanting to add fear to the animal's frustration. As the doe leaped the fence, she staggered. The chase had taken its toll. Her wet glow gleaming in the sun. The doe stopped, took a few steps in one direction, then, ears held high, looked backward toward the sound of the barking. The dog had broken through the woods. Eyes wide, confused, and worn out, the doe surveyed her surroundings. Where could she run? Where was her protection? When we are faced with trouble, we are often like that doe, panicked, afraid, confused. We want protection and safety, and oftentimes turn to the first thing we see. When the hounds of trouble, worry, and fear pursue you, when your energy is spent and you cannot run away any longer, where do you turn? Do you turn to your protector, the one who stands with arms opened wide, waiting for you to come and bury yourself in the security of all He is? The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. Proverbs 18:10. For these 42 days, we are going to study the names of the Lord so that you will know where to run to find help in time of need. The Father longs to have you know Him better, that you might trust in the name of the Lord and rely on your God. Isaiah 50:10. This was Jesus' prayer on our behalf just before He went to Calvary, that they may know Thee, the only true God, and Jesus Christ whom Thou hast sent. John 17:3. This was the goal of Paul's life, that I may know Him. Philippians 3:10. How I pray that it will become the goal of your life. Let me ask you this. If someone to ask you to describe God, how would you do it? In the space below, write down the words that come to your mind when you think of God. Creator, friend, lover. He's judge, and Jesus, the creator. He's Alpha and Omega, the one that is, was, will always be. He's my confidant, the lover of my soul. Every day I'm falling more in love with Him. He's my sweet, sweet daddy. That'll never hurt me. That'll never hit me. Never lie to me. Never cuss me out. never degrade me, but love me. What is he to you? That's amazing. You just really think about that. Like, what is he to you? I mean, I wouldn't be where I am today, honestly, without him. I mean, he's had his hand on me my whole life. Let's just think about that for the day. Drop in the comments what you think. What is he to you? Let me ask you this. I'll read this question again, and you guys can think about it. Just drop in the comments. And then day 2, we'll start this again. It's day 2 tomorrow, it says right here. So let me ask you this. If someone were to ask you to describe God, how would you do it? Love you. God bless.